Yo, what is up, guys? Back with part 4 of my playoff prediction series. A bit disclaimer though before I start the video. This is part 4. So, if you have not seen parts 1, 2, or 3 of my playoff prediction series, I will be including at the top right, you can click the iCard. It'll bring you a link to every video that you have not seen. So please go watch those videos right now if you haven't already, because I do not want to spoil anything for you, and I have a lot of good details and good predictions in those videos, so please go watch those videos right now if you haven't already. Let's get into the video. Yo, what's up, guys? Back with another video. So this is part 4 of my playoff predictions, and today I'm going to be predicting the AFC and NFC championship matchups. So I'm here with Mike once again.
What's going on?
What's up? Well, this is a bit disclaimer. I've already said this before, but if you have not seen parts 1, 2, or 3, please go watch all 3 of them, or you will be in the dust. And I really don't want to spoil anything for you guys, so please go watch those videos right now. Hope you guys had a good Memorial Day weekend, and let's get into the video. So, currently, I have in the AFC, as you can see right here is a picture of all the teams up to current dates, and I have the Pittsburgh Steelers hosting the Baltimore Ravens in the AFC Championship game. And in the NFC, I have the Seattle Seahawks hosting the New Orleans Saints in the NFC Championship game. So we both have 2 versus 5 seed games, and it's pretty interesting. So since the playoffs are a little bit different this season, I do believe 5 seeds do have a really good chance to win the Super Bowl, and so we'll see. So let's start with the AFC Championship game. So the classic, we've seen this in the past numerous times, Ben Roethlisberger versus Joe Flacco, but it's going to be Ben Roethlisberger versus Lamar Jackson. These two teams, of course, are in the AFC North, and they play each other twice a year. So in my opinion, home field advantage does not matter in this game. Of course, I would say I think the Steelers play better against the Ravens in Pittsburgh, and I think even though games in Baltimore, the Ravens should win this game, I think the Steelers do outcompete them in Baltimore too. But this game is at Heinz Field. So let's talk about each of these teams. So the Pittsburgh Steelers, they have healthy Ben Roethlisberger, and
Debatably healthy.
All right, he will be. Let's talk about the defense first, actually. So I do believe this team is gonna have literally the number 1 defense in the NFL next season.
Probably.
Honestly, probably will. You already know Minkah Fitzpatrick, Joe Hayden. The secondary, the passing game is just locked down. Of course, they got T.J. Watt.
Oh my god.
So whatever, they got T.J. Watt. They got Bud Dupree. So that's at least 3 to 4 sacks per game combined for both of them. No doubt about it. Like, it's common sense. I think Devin Bush is going to have a better season. So I do believe this team's defense is going to be number 1 in the league.
Forgot Ryan. Never mind.
But defenses don't really carry unless you have a decent enough offense. And I do believe Pittsburgh's offense is going to be really good next season. I don't believe it's going to be like the best in the league, but it's going to be decent enough to score a good amount of points. I'd say top 10 in the league. I'm saying this because Ben Roethlisberger is going to have such a huge impact on this team. Do you agree or disagree with that?
Are you joking? Ben Roethlisberger is not even going to be good this year. You hate to see it, but once you injure your elbow, you're not going to be the same player when it involves throwing with the arm that was injured. He's not going to be a top 10 quarterback. I could see him being top 20, top 15, but I don't see him leading this team to a Super Bowl. He's going to be injured still, and he's going to be a shell of his former self.
All right, well, I completely disagree with you. So Ben Roethlisberger is 30 years old, and this dude literally led the league in passing yards when he was healthy 2 seasons ago. And he unfortunately got an elbow injury, and not even a contact injury. It's just like something broke in his elbow. But he's fully healthy now. I don't see any problems think he should be like top 5 in passing yards this year.
Doesn't have any good wide
So-
receivers besides Juju.
What are you talking
Deontay
about?
Johnson's
All right, that's
buns.
the next point. The next point is Juju Smith-Schuster is going to be elite. He's going to be top 10 wide receiver in the league. No doubt about it. Don't need Antonio Brown because we got Deontay Johnson, James Washington, and Chase
They were
Claypool.
horrible last year.
What do you mean? It's perfect. It's perfect.
No, but last year they
for
were
Juju
bad.
to play in this. Because we had Mason Rudolph and Duck Hodges starting. Like, come on, bro. Well, we do have Chase Claypool, which is going to impact Juju's game and so positively because Juju's going to be able to play in slots where he
True.
belongs. So it should be good for Pittsburgh's offense.
It's a solid point.
And if Anthony McFarland, the rookie running back, if the Pittsburgh starts him, I'm already telling you, this dude's gonna
James
have.
Conner's overrated. So
I mean, no, he's not. But I'm not saying James Conner's the best, but he's pretty good. But if Anthony McFarland plays, this running game is gonna be so good next year. So that's why Pittsburgh's good enough to win this game. But let's talk about the Ravens too. So the Ravens obviously have the reigning MVP Lamar Jackson. This team went 14-2, and they have the easiest schedule in the NFL. And Pittsburgh has the second easiest schedule in the NFL, so it doesn't really matter in that points of term. Obviously, Lamar Jackson, he's going to have a really good season next year, and I think next season's going to be probably his best season ever. And after that, he's going to regress because he's going to become too predictable like Michael Vick. And predictability leads to GG, they're going to lose. But let's talk about the rest of this team. They got Hollywood Brown, and he's not good. The only good receiver on this team is Mark Andrews, the tight end. And their running game, of course, is top in the league. And you already know Pittsburgh's rush defense is too good to, destroy the Ravens. They're going to destroy the Ravens' rushing attempts. It's common sense. Obviously, the Ravens' defense is also really good. So I don't expect that to be bad. And I expect it to give Pittsburgh's offense a challenge in this game. You want to add anything about the Ravens?
yeah, I think their defense is going to be elite too. They got Calais Campbell for the defensive line. I think they got a steal in Patrick Queen late in the first round. I think that was a steal. And then obviously they have Earl Thomas at safety, who's a pretty solid player as well.
Oh, definitely. So the Ravens defense, I don't even think it's the best, but it's too overrated in my opinion, but it's still good. If they do perform well in this game, they should beat the Steelers. But my final pick of who's winning this game at Heinz Field in the AFC Championship game is the Pittsburgh Steelers.
God, I knew you were going to
We already know what's going to happen. This team, just because the Baltimore Ravens are going to be elite, doesn't mean the Pittsburgh Steelers don't have a freaking chance to win this game. They're division rivals. They play each other twice this season. That doesn't matter, in my opinion. This game's 50-50, but it's in Pittsburgh. I believe Pittsburgh got the better team, and Lamar Jackson is going to regress next season, which is why the Steelers are going to win this game at Heinz Field and advanced to their 9th Super Bowl. So, what do you think about this game?
It's obvious who is going to win this matchup. And actually, it's a little difficult now that you think about it because the Pittsburgh defense is obviously going to be elite. But I think the Pittsburgh's offense is going to be terribly horrible this year.
That's a horrible opinion.
I think the Pittsburgh offense is going to be pretty bad. I think that since Deontay Johnson and James Washington didn't play well under, obviously not the best quarterback in Mason
Under a
Rudolph.
4-string QB?
Yeah, obviously they didn't play well with him, but which one of them? Wasn't James Washington, weren't they, college teammates? So, they already had chemistry, so that's not an excuse for him, in my opinion.
Well, Mason Rudolph's garbage, so...
No, but that's not an excuse
hate
for James
Mason
Washington.
Rudolph.
And I think, wasn't he Deontay the Drop Johnson last year?
No. The thing about Deontay
somebody-
Johnson is, listen, he had the most space between defenders in the NFL. He was number 1 in the league. And freaking the QB, whoever it was at the time, was so bad and didn't even realize it. Ben Roethlisberger's not bad. He's accurate. And he's good. He's situationally good. Deontay Johnson's going to be open. Every play is the next AB, GG.
All right, well, whenever I hear the name Ben Roethlisberger, I think of fake spike, ball soaring to the
No, we
middle
don't
of the
talk
end
about that
zone,
on this channel.
and
though.
then it
We
was
don't talk about
intercepted.
We don't talk about that on
So,
this channel,
I'm
though.
going to have to disagree and say that I think the Ravens are going to win this game, just because I think that their defense isn't as good as Pittsburgh's, but I think their offense is going to be able to score more points.
It's in Pittsburgh, though. The game's in Pittsburgh, though.
I know.
Okay, that's all right. Whatever. So yeah, Pittsburgh Steelers are moving on to Super Bowl 55 or 56. I don't even remember. 55. All right. So the NFC, we have the Seattle Seahawks at number 2, hosting the New Orleans Saints at number 5. So this is definitely going to be a close game. I believe the Saints overall have the better team. But let's talk about both of these teams first. So the Seattle Seahawks, they have one of the most explosive, one of the best rushing offenses in the NFL. I'd honestly say it's right behind the Baltimore Ravens, which is why like two teams that are similar should be in the same spot in my opinion. All right, and this rushing offense obviously is going to be great, but let's talk about the wide receivers on this team. Obviously, we have Tyler Lockett, who just had a great season last year with Russell Wilson as his QB. And they got DK Metcalf, who I think is going to have another monster year. So the wide receivers there are basically set, and there's probably no problems there. There has been speculation, though, that Antonio Brown is going to be recruited by the Seattle Seahawks. Obviously, if they get him, this team's going to be really good, but I honestly
Team's going to be a dumpster fire if they get him.
99% doubt this is going to happen. What was that?
If they get Antonio Brown, GG, rip their playoff dreams.
Yeah, well, if
It's going to cause drama.
I'm definitely considering that Antonio Brown could be on this team, but I'm not. Like, don't even consider it in this video. Like, don't. Like, he's not going to be in the NFL ever again, all right? So, even if Antonio Brown's on this team, it's going to be elite. But even if he's not, it's still going to be good.
Next, Josh Gordon.
Josh Gordon, he's going to be playing for the Seahawks, too. I don't know if he's going to be unsuspended. He probably already was. I don't remember. But it's whatever.
Probably in jail.
His offense is looking great. Obviously, Russell Wilson might have an MVP season this year. It's just in the making, so we'll see. And the other team in this matchup, the New Orleans Saints. So, before I talk about them, do you have anything to add about the Seahawks?
Yeah. So if you look at their path, like in your bracket, their path to this game, they had to beat the Green Bay Packers. So I think the Packers are a pretty solid team. Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Jones. I think they have a really good offense. Defense needs some work. And maybe their offensive line, too, with David Bakhtiari, but we'll see. So that's a tough game. And then they had to beat the 49ers at home, so both those games were at home. So obviously they had like the 13th fan or whatever. But I do think that those are two pretty tough games as opposed to the Saints and how they got there. So we'll have to see.
All right, so I don't know. I don't agree with you on that. I think the Saints' path is definitely harder.
The Cowboys?
All right, never mind. The Cowboys do suck, but they're going to have to beat the first seed, which is going to be a problem. So we'll see. About the Saints, though. So this team's offense probably looking like number 1 in the league next year if there's no injuries. So obviously Drew Brees is one of the best players, best QBs in the NFL, probably top 5 ever. And I say this because he has so many records, but whatever. So we already know they got a good QB there. And they got Alvin Kamara, their running back. He's pretty good. It doesn't matter. He's really good for them. But this offense is so elite because besides their tight end Jared Cook, which had a great year, they have Taysom Hill, the wild card, who's going to be really good for them. They got freaking Michael Thomas, one of the best wide receivers, top 3 in the NFL. And they picked up Emmanuel Sanders from the 49ers. So you already know this offense is looking elite, probably one of the best in the NFL. There's no doubt about it. This team's going to have a great season. So what do you think about this offense?
I do think the Saints have a good offense. I think that both of these teams actually have really good offenses. So it's almost like a coin flip. It's like whatever team's playing better on that day is going to get the win.
Yep. And I guess you can say both of these teams, honestly, I think both of their defenses are very similar skill-wise. And if Jadeveon Clowney does end up leaving Seattle, I'm not considering that. I think he's going to stay with them. But if he does, then I don't even think the Seattle Seahawks are Super Bowl contenders. But I feel like Jadeveon Clowney's going to stay with them. His defense elite. Obviously, the Saints defense is pretty solid, but it does choke against the Vikings. But not playing the Vikings this year. So, the final prediction, the NFC Championship winner. Let's say it at the same time.
Wait. I'm not ready. Let me think.
What?
It's in Seattle, right?
Yes.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1.
New Orleans
Seahawks.
Saints.
Of course. So, I do think the Seattle Seahawks are going to win this game. But I do believe the Saints are the better team. And the only reason why I'm saying this, let's go with a common sense factor. When's the last time Drew Brees has won a Super Bowl? Exactly. So many years ago where they were relevant. But this team has made the playoffs 3 straight seasons. Let's count them up. Losing to the Minnesota Vikings, Minneapolis Miracle. Losing to the Los Angeles Rams because of pass interference. And losing to the Minnesota Vikings at home once again because of a bad game. So, do I expect this team to win this game? Of course I don't. I feel like they're going to choke in this game. They choke in every playoff game that matters. They're going to choke in this one, and they ain't going to the Super Bowl this year. So, what do you think about this matchup?
All right, so I'm going to use exactly your reasoning, but in like an opposite opinion. So I think that the Saints are going to win this game just for that same reason. You said they have a better team, and I agree. And you said that it's also because when's the last time Drew Brees won a Super Bowl, right? So I'm going to take that logic, and I think that this is going to be a Drew Brees retirement act. So Drew Brees is going to put it all on the line. He knows that this might be his last chance in the postseason if he doesn't finish his career, if he doesn't choose to continue playing in the next 2 or 3 years. So this could be his final NFC Championship game. I think he's going to go all out, and I think that's why the Saints might catch this win.
That is exactly what I was thinking too, but I also have to consider home field advantage in this game.
It's true.
And we did see this, I think the Saints beat the Seahawks in Seattle last season, but the Seattle Seahawks in playoff time, they do not lose at home. No,
They cheat. They cheat.
I mean, the Patriots cheat, but it's whatever. So, let's go. Super Bowl 40 rematch. Seattle Seahawks versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. The next video will be coming out soon. The Super Bowl prediction. So, that's it. Anything else to add?
That's all from me.
Alright, so that is it, guys. Thanks for watching. Please do us a favor. Click that subscribe button. Click that bell so you get notifications. And please like the video. I don't really care if you like it, actually, but it's whatever. So, that's it. All right,
there we go.
Adios.